What is up, everybody? This is Jesse here. First off, I just want to say, if you're watching this video, there's going to be spoilers for the Warcraft movie. I just got back from seeing it. This is the second day that it's been out. I'm actually driving home right now. That's why I'm recording it voice only, no visual. Anyway, I'm going to give my review of Warcraft, the movie. Man, I waited years for this. There's been speculation of this movie for years and years, and I stuck by it, until finally last year they announced that it was coming out, and was I even more hyped. My faith level increased, and so finally, today, I went to see it, and I was very impressed. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It basically started off on Draenor, basically introducing us to Duratan and Draka, who was pregnant with Goel, also known as Thrall, to those who don't know who Goel is. And then basically was showing Gul'dan leading his orcs to the dark portal. You see Garona walks by a cage of caged Draenei, little appearance from the Draenei. So Gul'dan takes all the souls of the Draenei that he's had captured and opens the dark portal with their energy of their souls, which was kind of cool. So they cross over, and the whole orcs and humans things happen. Freaking Medivh makes an appearance. Khadgar, as a young kid, makes an appearance. He's actually a prominent character. Medivh, Khadgar, and Lothar are really, really prominent characters. You see them a lot. And Garona. King Lane Rin, you see him often. He actually fights a lot. Man, by far, this was a really good movie. You saw a lot of the orc war chiefs. Mostly you saw Duratan, Black Hand, Orgrim Doomhammer. There was a cameo from Kargath Bladefist, cameos from Grom Hellscream. Just so much. And of course Gul'dan. Gul'dan was the main antagonist or protagonist, whatever the villain was, the main villain of the movie. And he was pretty badass. Medivh was badass. Obviously Medivh ends up being corrupted by the Fel. The Fel makes him... You come to find out that he's the one that led the orcs into Azeroth, and now he's helping opening another dark portal to allow more orcs into Azeroth with the help of Gul'dan. Gul'dan fights Duratan at the end. He ends up killing Duratan. Spoiler. I told you there's going to be spoilers. There was a couple of twists that changed like the actual story of Warcraft. Like in the actual real story of Warcraft, it's Gul'dan that kills Black Hand. But in this one, in the movie, Lothar kills Black Hand, and essentially he becomes like the war chief, because you kill the war chief, you become the war chief. So Lothar kills Black Hand, and all the orcs, show him respect, except for Gul'dan. Gul'dan wanted them to turn on Lothar, but Lothar wanted no. The orcs wanted no part of betraying Lothar after they kill their war chief, as a sign of honor, because the orcs are big into honor, and so they have to follow their code. So anyway, Garona kills King Rin upon request of the king, and he said it's the only way to make peace or whatever between orc and human, which really did nothing because, you know. So meanwhile, while that was happening, Medivh was fighting against Lothar and Khadgar in the Karazhan. Lothar was fighting an infernal. Basically, it was an infernal. It was a giant clay monster made out of fell. And Khadgar was going after Medivh. It was okay. It wasn't like a super fight or anything. But Medivh ends up turning into this sick-looking demon, man. I wish he would have more of a part in the movie with that look. It was awesome. But Khadgar ends up releasing him out of the demon. He's more powerful than Medivh after all. Then Medivh turns the dark portal into a portal to Stormwind, in which most of the captors, the orcs captured, escape back to Stormwind. Anyway, fast forward a little more. Like I said, Garona killed the king, and ended up, Lothar showed up on a griffin. That's when he fought Black Hand, and then after that he took off on the griffin with the dead king, showing the end. Lothar is the king of Stormwind now, which I'm not even sure if that happened in the actual lore. I could be wrong. And then the final scene of the movie was, it showed Thrall, Goel, in the river in the basket, kind of like Moses, and a human finds it, which happens in the actual lore, which mostly signifies a second movie. I heard there was going to be multiple parts to this series, so we'll see. Probably in the next movie, if they do have one, humans raising Thrall, well, Goel, and naming him Thrall, and then what's become of Stormwind and all that, and we'll see more of Khadgar. We'll see. So basically, I'm going to give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. The only reason why I'm giving it 8.5 is because, you know, I'm always big into the stories, big into the lore, but, you know, I like for them to stick with it, and they changed it a little bit, which isn't a big deal, but that's like the only reason. The movie was 2 hours long. That wasn't bad. I went to see Captain America Civil War a month ago, and that was 2.5 hours long, and that was my only gripe about that movie. Another gripe that I had about the movie was, I don't know, they portrayed Medivh weird at the start. Like, he was just this random dude building a clay statue, I don't know, with no shirt on, and then all of a sudden he becomes this badass wearing the cloak, and, you know, he was just totally badass throughout the movie. There was a lot of funny spots from Khadgar. Lothar was very funny. You know, and I thought there would be a romance between Garona and Medivh. There kind of was. Medivh gave her a flower, but I feel like she was more in love with Lothar, which I'm not even sure if that happened in the lore either. But, you know, movies take things and twist them and actually make them better, so this could be the turn for the best. Like, I mean, there's a few movies like, for example, Maleficent. Totally twisted, totally different than what we saw as kids in Sleeping Beauty. And then, like Captain America Civil War, like, Crossbones gets killed at the start of the movie, basically, by blowing himself up. But in the actual comics, he's the one that kills Captain America, which Captain America's still alive in the movie world. So that's a twist. So, I mean, it's okay to have twists. It makes it for the best. It makes it for different, because, you know, people go in and say, oh, I already know what's going to happen because I read the lore. And that was my mindset, like, when I went in there. But, you know, I left with, wow, I wonder what's going to happen now, because they changed things, and, they changed it for the best. So like I said, 8.5 out of 10. Very good movie. I would go see it again, and I would definitely buy it on DVD. And plus, I'm a huge Warcraft fan. I've been a fan of Warcraft since it was out for DOS in 1995. I played Warcraft, Orcs and Humans. I played Warcraft 2, Tides of Darkness, and Beyond the Dark Portal expansion. And then Warcraft 3, Reigns of Chaos, and its expansion, Frozen Throne, which eventually led me to playing World of Warcraft, which 99% of the world thought this movie was the World of Warcraft movie, which it wasn't. It's Warcraft, based on Warcraft and Warcraft 2. So, we'll see what happens. I can't wait for the next movie, if they have one. I'm pretty sure they will. I'm confident they will. I guess in China or whatever, in Asia, they made records over there and viewership and all that. So we'll see how it goes here. It's only the second day, and IMDb already gave it 8 out of 10. So we'll see what happens, guys. So if you like this video, please like it. Subscribe if you want more. Quick news. Within this week, I'm going to do a few simulations of WWE Money in the Bank matches with WWE 2K16 like I usually do. And I am doing a prediction for that pay-per-view. I will not be doing a live reaction or a review for it because I will not be around to watch it. So that's all I have for you today, guys. You take care, and I will see you guys next time with another video. Peace! Go see Warcraft now! And as Ava says, subscribe now!